crispy pork belly is a restaurant dish that's gotten a lot of great attention over the past few years, and for good reason. It contains alternating layers of well-marbled meat, buttery fat, and it's topped with a piece of skin so that when it's properly cooked, it is pure pork heaven. And it's gotten so popular, in fact, that you can now find pork belly at your local supermarket. So today, Dan's gonna show us how to cook it at home.
So I think properly cooked is the key element here, right? There's a lot of things that can go wrong with this cut. If you get it all right, great, but there's a ton of collagen, the skin can be kind of tough. So a lot of this starts with shopping for pork belly.
Okay.
Right? So what we're gonna look at right now is two different cuts here. So this is a center cut piece of pork belly, which is exactly what we want. It's 3 pounds. Here is a cut that is not from the center, so it can be anywhere else on the belly. The problem here is this would make nice bacon, right? It's got a ton of fat, and you're gonna render a lot of that out. It's just barely got any meat on it.
Gotcha.
So we really want that balance, and you can see beautiful alternating layers of fat and meat here, and that's ideal. You want a perfect ratio of both. So that's an important thing to realize, is that, you know, this is the cut that we get bacon from, and we're gonna do a couple things that kind of are in the vein of bacon, so we're gonna season it up nicely. So this guy is 3 pounds, about 1.5 inches thick, which is perfect. So I'm gonna cut it into 3 slabs here. You want a really sharp knife for this whole recipe. So I'm gonna break it down into a few pieces, and we're gonna score it so that it's really easy come serving time. So I'm going to make 1/4 inch deep cuts every 1/2 inch and make these really perfect little portions. Gonna make slicing later on really easy. So you want a really sharp knife for this, and you're just sawing back and forth very gently.
So you're going through the skin, but not down that far.
Exactly, yeah, we just wanna go about 1/4 inch deep there.
Ah, so that's a portion size.
Yep, exactly.
Ah, I bet that also helps to have the fat render out of it.
Exactly, and so one of our big challenges is gonna be getting the skin to get nice and crispy. So being able to kind of get inside there with some hot oil is gonna make all of that skin get crispy as opposed to just the top part. Okay, that is the last one there. So now we're gonna do some seasoning. So I'm gonna put this skin side down. We're gonna treat the skin and the meat a little bit differently, because at the end, we're gonna try and get the skin to puff. We don't want anything but salt on it. So I'm gonna season the flesh side here with a combination of 2 tablespoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of dark brown sugar.
Well, you mentioned a little bacony, and this is certainly looking a little bacony with the sugar.
There's something about pork and sweet that just goes so well together. You see it across the world, and so I'm gonna take advantage of that here as well. Okay, so that's nice and combined. I'm gonna get it on all of the flesh, so that's the top here and then also the sides. The salt and sugar are gonna help season it. They're also gonna help it retain moisture as it cooks.
You are being very careful not to get any of that mixture on the skin.
That's right, I'm gonna pull it right up there, and we'll transfer it over here. So if we get sugar on the skin and then we go to cook it over high heat later on, it's gonna burn. So
Gotcha.
that's why we're being really careful here. So we don't want any sugar on the skin because it could burn, but we want some salt, which is gonna help draw out moisture. And so this is a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher per strip here. What we're really trying to do is get a pork rind layer on the top of this pork, essentially. So we wanna dry these out so that we have, you know, roughly 10% moisture in there as well. And the salt's gonna help that. Okay, so now this is gonna go into the fridge uncovered, because we want more drying and dehydrating effect on the outside, for anywhere from 12 to 24 hours.
Okay.
So the pork is out of the fridge. It was in there for 12 hours. You can go up to 24, and you can see that the skin has dried out really nicely. So that's good. We're gonna continue drying it in the oven. So I've got that preheating right now to 250 degrees. While that's happening, let's build a sauce for this.
Okay.
This is inspired by kind of South Carolina mustard barbecue sauce, which I absolutely love. So this is 2/3 of a cup of Dijon, and then 1/3 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. I've also got 1/4 of a cup of dark brown sugar, a tablespoon of hot sauce, more vinegar, a little heat, and a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. So this also has a little bit of acidity, but really it's about that umami, that really savory quality. It's got some anchovies in there to get that. So this is a super simple sauce. You literally whisk it all together.
I love it.
So I'm gonna set this aside, bring in our pork. I'm gonna transfer this to the wire rack here. I've added a little bit of cooking spray just so that that flesh doesn't stick to it. So we're gonna roast this really low and slow. So 250 degrees for anywhere from 3 to 3.5 hours.
Ooh, that is low and slow.
It is low and slow. And the reason is we're basically looking at 3 big pieces of collagen here. So if we don't cook it low and slow, we don't convert that collagen to gelatin. It doesn't tenderize the meat and fat, and it doesn't tenderize the skin enough that it can then puff and create that beautiful crisp skin. Okay, so these have been there for about 3.5 hours, and they should be 195 degrees. And right there, 196, I'll take it. So I'm gonna transfer these over to this plate here. We're actually gonna use the fat that's under here. So I'm just gonna pour it off into this measuring cup.
Ooh, liquid gold right there.
So the final step to this is getting that skin to crisp, right? And that needs to happen pretty rapidly. We don't need to deep fry it, we can shallow fry. We're gonna use about a cup of oil in that skillet. So I've got a really nice amount, about 3/4 of a cup of it is that beautiful pork fat, and I'm just gonna add some vegetable oil to a cup. That's perfect. And transfer it over here to my 12-inch skillet.
There are so many things I want to fry in that pork fat right now.
So I'm gonna transfer this skin side down before we heat it up. So it's this kind of magical moment when everything heats up, that moisture turns to steam and expands, and you don't want it to happen just on the surface because that puffs away and the bottom doesn't get cooked as well. So we want it to happen all at the same time. All right, so we're gonna put this over medium heat. And it's gonna take a little while, but we're gonna start to see some little bubbles form around there. That's a great sign. I'm gonna start tilting the skillet every now and then to even things out. We're gonna fry from anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes, and you're gonna see a really dramatic transformation.
Okay, and only on the skin side. We're not frying any other parts.
Everything else is done and beautiful. This is gonna taste nice and bacony and sweet, so we're just concentrating on the skin.
Okay, I'm gonna watch.
Okay, so I can see it starting to puff along the sides there. It's like climbing up a little bit, getting some good height to it. And let's turn that over.
Oh,
That is perfect. So I'm
that's
just gonna
beautiful.
turn off the heat and transfer these over to this cutting board. Now that is exactly what you want to see. Tons of tiny puffs all over the top there. That's going to be insanely crispy.
Oh my goodness. This smell is out of this world.
So this looks fantastic. We're going to let it rest for a few minutes, and then we're going to dig in.
All right. So Dan mentioned that we tried to get that skin crisp in a hot oven and also under the broiler, but it didn't work. The only way to get it crisp was using hot oil. Now let's take a look at what's going on there. Even though it's been in the oven for a few hours, our pork skin still contains water at this point. When you fry pork skin in oil at a high enough temperature, it applies heat directly to the skin so that the water inside turns to steam, rapidly expands, and escapes, leaving pockets behind. The protein network that was holding onto the water is forced to expand by that escaping steam, and then it becomes rigid, resulting in a crispy network full of air bubbles, which puffs and crisps the pork skin. Pork skin will dry out in the oven too, but just not fast enough to puff up that protein network, which sets into a crisp crust. Instead, it just dries out and gets leathery. And that's why frying in oil is key to getting that perfectly crisp pork skin.
All right, so I'm going to move these out of the way and work on just one at a time. Because we made these nice score marks before, obviously help the skin crisp, but it's gonna make slicing really easy. So I like to turn it on its side like this, and then you have that as a guide. Did you hear that pop?
Yes.
So you're just gonna follow that right down and drop it out.
Look at that. Hello. That is gorgeous, Dan.
What do you think?
I'm speechless, actually.
Okay. Can I give you a little sauce?
Yes, please.
All right, I'm just gonna go over just the meat here.
All right, I'm going in. I'm not hesitating. I'm going right for the skin.
Go for it.
Oh. There is nothing like that flavor. Unlike bacon, which is really smoky and lovely, this is just all about the pork flavor.
And that crunch is just,
Oh.
I mean, fat can get really crispy on a roast, but skin is just next level.
Yep.
It's so rich. You need all of that vinegar and the hot sauce, everything in there to balance it.
That sauce is lovely on it.
Good. I think the meat picks up a lot of that sweetness and the salt from the rub.
Thank you for showing me how to make this.
My pleasure.
So if you want to make this, and trust me, you really want to make this, start by buying a 3-pound piece of center-cut pork belly. After slicing the pork into 3 strips, make shallow cuts crosswise through the skin, rub the meat with a mixture of salt and brown sugar, and season the skin with just salt. Refrigerate it overnight uncovered, then roast in a 250-degree oven. Using the rendered pork fat, fry the skin until it's golden and crisp, then let it cool for 5 minutes before serving with a tangy mustard sauce. From the test kitchen to your kitchen, a cool new recipe for crispy, slow-roasted pork belly. I better slow down. I know this is rich, but it tastes so good I don't want to stop.
I know, I'm with you.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.